Gadsy and I are in a mine. You might be able to see the entrance down there. We came out to the working face. It's a horizontal vein, which is why they stopped working it. I found a drill bit just here, too, in their waste rock pile. Gadsy turns around and he's like, what is that?
Yeah. And I was looking all over this wall, and then I looked down and I'm like, oh, that rock looks a bit weird.
What?
Look at that. We can get a date for this place. All right. This is the second newspaper that we've found in a mine.
Yep.
Be paid.
Wow. It's new.
Yeah, it's very new. 2001.
2001. That's still 22 years old.
Yeah.
We better leave that here.
Yeah, we'll leave it for the next lot of new
mine prospectors.
Maybe we should leave a note on it saying Vo-Gus was here.
2023. Yeah. Gadsy and I have been exploring this old gold mine, and Gadsy has taken a beautiful sample of rock that we'll process at a later date. I, however, have got a different idea. We're in a really weird gold field. The thing that blows me away about all these mines every time I come into them is you can just literally see the tool marks left by the old timers, and they look like they were put in here just yesterday. This is the sort of material that they were chasing too. We love this kind of material. It doesn't look like your typical material that you would want to chase. Everyone goes for the quartz, but at least in our area, this is the good stuff. Anyway, I am not here to talk about that today. We've got something way more interesting. Well, at least I think it's more interesting. Oh, daylight! Oh, old man back. Whoa! I survived the man. Everything you see behind me is alluvial surface workings. That means that the old timers took all the topsoil down to bedrock and washed it through ground sluices. And when they did that, they uncovered the reef mines, the lode deposits that were feeding this whole system. That's one of them behind me. So this amazing area transitioned from an alluvial working to a hard rock working in the space of about 40 years. When this was an alluvial working, they washed all the gravel off down to clean bedrock. Look how smooth this bedrock is, considering it's been exposed for almost 200 years. It is well river worn, and it's directly in front of where that mine is. That is all bedrock there, meaning that that was the riverbank, and this was the bed of the river. When they hydro-sluiced this entire area, they washed it off with water cannons, they scraped it and picked it clean with shovels and all sorts of stuff, but they still missed gold. With testament to that, because I just found 4 bits yesterday using a metal detector on the clean bedrock. Not even wearing your sweatpants today.
I've got pants on.
I'm going to take my bucket, my little scoop, and my pick, and my very sweaty Gadsy. And what I'm going to look for is a concentrator. Somewhere the water has been pushing gravel through a narrow channel. Because if there was any gold left over sitting on that clean bedrock, hopefully it would be concentrated within that. And I did find 2 specimens detecting today, so I'm going to go home and crush them later. But for now, let's find a gutter.
2?
Yeah, 2.
You got 1.
I got 2.
Ah, damn it.
This just here is what I'm looking for. We've got a steep bank on this side, a steep bank on this side, and that cleaned bedrock.
How much do you reckon?
None.
None?
Nah.
Oh.
I've done so much sampling on hard rock mines. Traditionally speaking, you get the best looking material, and then you do it, and it's like 1 nano. There could be contamination from your tooling.
I don't believe you,
I have all the faith. I'm a realist.
You might be like, oh my gosh, my faith is restored. Is it there or not? Okay.
I would go down to the creek where it's clean, not the pond water. This is one of the shortcut methods to figure out if a vein has gold in it and if it's worth getting a bigger sample. You just pan the dirt that comes off with whatever you take out, and usually if there is gold, there'll be little tiny pieces of fine gold mixed in with the rock. Saves a lot of effort on crushing when you don't need to. Alright, show me your none.
So much none.
So much none. Maximum nunnage. I'm going to go back to my gutter. What you're looking for in a concentrator like this is a flat spot. So you can see we've got a little drop here, and then directly below it, all the gravel's packed up in it. So this is where your gold is going to stop. Tree roots, flat spot and rock. Tree roots, flat spot and rock. But then you get up to some of the steeper areas here and there's too much angle. So there's not likely to be very much in this area, but there may be on this flat spot here. There's really only one way to find out. And that is to sample it. It is so stupidly hot today. It's not even summer. I hate this time of year. Extremely lucky that in this spot we're about 150 meters away from a small water source. So we're able to wash some dirt. This is going to help narrow down where we can take a dry washer in here. And hopefully be able to get at gold in these gutters that no one's touched in a long time. Just added the rest of the bucket in on top of what I'd already panned down. Even if we don't get gold in this one, it's only the first sample of the day. There's every chance that there'll be gold somewhere else. You've got to get the right gutter. It'd be dumb luck if I managed to get gold on the first sample. So if we don't see anything, that's all right. We'll go get another one from somewhere with more potential. We have got gold. Oh, we have got gold. It's only a little bit, but it's there. A few little pieces. That's real good. All right. That's the biggest flake just there. We've got one more there, and there is a bunch of micro in the pan you're probably not going to be able to see. Not a great result, but it proves the point that the gold is in the gutters. I got some. Yeah. With that result, we're going to go back and find a different gutter. This time I'm going to walk a little bit further. So I took that from the closest gutter that I could see to the creek. This time I'm going to go way back into the workings and see what I get from back there. Oh my god, agua. Is that a good or a bad omen? Look, to be honest, I've always wanted a raven army. Do you want to be friends? This is quite impressive. Normally, when you're in alluvial workings, you'll be dealing with a lot of ground sluices, but in this instance, these are open cut hard rock mines. And there's a couple of them in this area. Look at this thing. That's impressive. Wow. I'm calling that the cathedral. That thing is massive. Cathedral was definitely a quartz hard rock mine. Look at them. The wall on the left hand side is the bank of the ancient river. And all the hard rock mines that I've seen worked in the bottom of the river were what were feeding this gold field. So what I'm looking for is a concentrator near this riverbank. Because if I can find one on this riverbank, there's a really good chance that I'll have both alluvial gold they missed and recent hard rock gold that's shedding out of micro veins in the same place. I'm thinking in this area here, even though there's a really deep gutter here, there's no flow to it. This is a gutter that was put in by man, not made by nature. And we've got a lot of this loose gravel on top, and that's what I'm after. That's what my gold's going to be. So I'm thinking, if we look at this logically, we've got water that's going to be shedding off this hillside. It's either going to go down there, or it's going to come down here. So I'm thinking where the higher dirt is, on this side, I'll take my sample from here and maybe this flat spot. Oh god, it's so hot. Oh my god. I've just left those 2 flakes in my pan. So if we get more than 2 flakes, we know it's from this. Most unstable camera position ever, so don't move. Oh, that water's so nice. I think I'll do my entire sample at once, that way we can just get to the good stuff straight away. And it's such an important thing to remember. I'm prospecting, I'm not mining. This is most of what we do, is just searching for gold, and little trace elements of it are the normal. It's doing this that leads you to those really good deposits. So I encourage every amateur prospector and miner to get out there and do this. Because we are working near a hard rock mine, I do want to quickly just check these, make sure that they're not specimens. Remembering that I had 2 pieces of gold in here, any extra is a bonus. I would expect to see maybe some alluvial gold and maybe some hard rock gold, given that we're taking the samples out near hard rock mines in alluvial workings. We got a shotgun pellet. Well, that's a good start. Nah, I think we added a little bit of flour gold to that, but we've still just got the 2 same pieces in there. I'm going to put these back to grow and go home to crush the specimens I found detecting this morning. I have not 1, but 2 specimens that I found with a metal detector in that spot. Now, here's the kicker. The last time I found a specimen in that area, when I crushed it, it turned out to have a very, very small amount of flour gold in it, but it was mostly mineralization that was setting off the detector. Meaning this could be a hot rock, and quartz is not normally a hot rock. We're not going to know until we crush it up. What do you reckon, Bob? Hot rock or gold? At first we stamp. This is what happened last time. I smashed it up. It all looks like buckwhite quartz. I can't see anything even close to gold in it. It's buggy though. Before I turn the RC1 on, I want to say a massive thank you to all of my patrons and channel members who have jumped on over the last couple of weeks and indeed years. Your continued support has grown the channel to what it is today. It costs literally thousands of dollars to operate a channel like I am operating it currently, and all of the money that's generated off those platforms is directly reinvested into making these videos, as well as a few of the other projects that go into what I've done on Vo-Gus prospecting, like the fundraising for service dogs. And the support has become ever more valued ever since Facebook has decided to take 92% of my income with no reasoning behind it, no policy strikes, monetization, and no communication between them and me as to why they've decided to strip that income away from my videos. If you would like to support the channel through Patreon or channel membership, the links are in the description below. It starts as low as $2 a month. There's no long-term commitments. Contracts, you're not locked into anything. Right, on with the crush. To be honest, I am not feeling lucky. I'm really not. If there's gold in this piece of quartz, I'll be surprised. And that's the first time I've said that. Normally, if you find a piece of quartz with a signal in it in my area, you're going to see some gold. But this spot seems to be heavily mineralized. It's the first time I've been skunked by pieces of quartz near hard rock mines. Nothing yet. Sometimes you'll see it poke its head out the side. I have this real ominous feeling that that is mineralization. Not that Flaps McGee over there cares. If there is gold in this, I am going to be so super surprised. Because normally it'd stick its head right out, you would see it. Oh, thank God there was. Oh, yeah, that's about right. For the signals I was getting, that's about right. It's not a huge bonanza, but at least I got to walk away with a little bit of gold from that day's session. And honestly, that's just gold prospecting. Sometimes you're on a winner, sometimes you're not, but you're always questioning whether or not you're going to find it.